Hello there, hi everybody. Today I'm going to share with you homemade apple pie. This time of year I have got a lot of apples in my garden and I thought it would be a good idea to make a beautiful perfect pie for the season. So let's get on with it. I have picked so many apples. I didn't weigh how much I used, but I will make quite a big dish today, so that will last us for the whole week. We all like a bit of apple pie when it's in season, so it's my enjoying one of these dish of every year. I will make from the scratch. I like to make my own pastry. I like to use my own fresh apple, the best when it's fresh picked on the same day and cook it the same day. So after I cut and clean and peel or take all the cores off, and I just put in a big saucer like this, and I add 4 tablespoons of sugars and a little bit of salt, and this is clover. So I like the aroma of the clover, and I add on top of that, I add 4 tablespoons of water, and I will take it to the hob and leave it to simmer. While I let that cook and simmer, I'm going to prepare the pastry. Today I'm going to make short crust pastry, my favorite. I'm using 10 ounces of plain flours and 5 ounces of block butter, just like so. I will chop them up small before I mix with a fingertip, but before I come to that, I just have to line the dish with the butter, and I will flour on it. So by doing this, it's like when you cut your pie, it doesn't stick on the bottom of your dish. Just tip it off whatever excess of the flour. I'm using 2 eggs today. I will use majority in the pastry, and I will leave some for glazing the top of my pie. I just cut those butter so small pieces first, and then I rub with fingertips until it breadcrumbs like so, and I make a well in the middle. I will add majority of egg. I leave a little bit just for glazing that I mentioned early on. Just use the knife to gather around and make it into form a dough like this, and next I'm going to roll it on the surface. Before that, I need to put some flour on the surface. Just stop it, just stick onto the surface. I make into 2 portions. One is for the base, and one is for the lid to on the top of the pie. And I just going to roll this out to fit my dish. Today I'm using a round dish. It's quite big but shallow, about 2.5 inch deep, but it's quite large. I'm going to roll it on the pin like that. That's a technique I have been taught, and unroll it to the dish, and just cut all the extra, which I don't want. I trim it all off and bin that. I will look like this at the moment. It look nice, and I'm gonna go ahead and look at the lid. So I'm going to roll out the lid and put on the greaseproof paper, and I will put this flat in the fridge, just in the fridge for until it's set. Basically, I want it to be able to handle to put on my pie, so I just wrap it like that, roughly, and I just put in the fridge for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to do the bring out my apple stew that it cooked nicely now, ready to use. I'm going to use some sugar, and for the glazing on the top a little bit, I'm going to add in my shell here. Add it all up. Very satisfaction of homemade apple pie, which is deep filling. Now I add all to the top, and I brought out my lid to put on the top. Nice and firm, which is easily to handle. put it on the top like that, and around anything not quite matched, and then I use fork to seal the side of the dish just to stop it to floating, and also make a few slits on the top of the pie and graze with the eggs that I have left for this purpose, and I sprinkle with some sugar, not a lot, just to give it brown texture when it's cooked, and then put in the oven 180. I believe I will put 180. I haven't done it for a long time. In the oven it goes 180 for 45 minutes, and you will see how beautiful when it come out. Look, beautiful golden all over and smell divine. I'm gonna go ahead and serve my family with this beautiful homemade apple pie. First one for this year. Of course, everybody love it. So thank you for watching. I will show and share with you some other video in the next time. Thank you very much for your support, and goodbye for now. Have a good weekend to everybody. Bye bye.